We're seeing a bit of surge in new licensing schemes coming forward from local authorities at the moment, right across the board and right across the country. There are restrictions on selective licensing now in place, whereby if it covers more than 20% of the private rented stock or 20% of the council's geographic area, a council now needs to ask the Secretary of State's permission to implement a scheme. That's where all landlords and all private rented property in a scheme has to be licensed. But we're still seeing a number of additional licensing schemes come forward. Additional licensing applies to small HMOs. If you have a large HMO, that's 5 people sharing in 2 or more households in a building that's 3 or more stories, then you must have a licence. That's national government policy. Your local council isn't to blame there. If that's you, a 352 HMO, if you like, 3 stories, 5 people, 2 households, then you have to have a licence, mandatory licensing. Additional licensing is where a council can licence smaller HMOs. So that's 3 or more people in 2 or more households. The size of the property doesn't really come into account there. So local authorities are continuing to bring forward additional licensing schemes, and that's despite the government proposing to extend the scope of mandatory licensing. We've currently seen a consultation where the government are looking to extend mandatory licensing. They're going to remove that 3-storey requirement. So any property that has 5 people sharing in 2 or more households will require a licence going forward. We expect that to come in either the end of 2017 or early 2018. And along with that, there's also the possibility of a minimum room size for mandatory licensed HMOs. So that's 3 different types of licensing that landlords have to contend with: mandatory HMO licensing, additional HMO licensing, and selective licensing that can cover all private rented property. We're seeing far more schemes coming forward now. I think there's 18 different consultations on the go at the moment across England for different licensing schemes. Basically, councils will set a fee for a licence, and they'll set conditions for a landlord to abide by in order to retain their licence. Landlords also have to sign themselves off as a fit and proper person. And all of this, of course, just simply adds to the cost of renting, and those costs usually find their way back to tenants in the form of increased rents. And together with all the other changes that landlords face at the moment, we feel that the councils could be taking their foot off the pedal a little bit when it comes to their eagerness to introduce licensing. They should allow the extension of mandatory licensing to come in and see what impact that has. They should be allowing the new powers that are coming their way in the Housing and Planning Act to take effect, to see if that helps tackle issues, and only then, if they have persistent problems in their HMO stock, should they consider additional licensing, or if they have issues in small areas where there's a predominance of private renting, should they consider selective licensing. The other thing we're seeing round about licensing is burdensome conditions placed on landlords, and it's much easier to challenge a condition than it is a licensing scheme as a whole. Some landlords ultimately take the decision that it will cost more to mount a legal challenge to a condition than it will actually just to stump up the money and do what the council wants. So there is a bit of a balancing act there. But the RLA at the moment is working its way through the conditions of some of the larger licensing schemes, picking out areas that we think are unfair and challenging the council to amend those conditions. We've had some success. For example, recently in Croydon, we discovered that Croydon were charging fees for licence variations. Now, that's unlawful. They're not allowed to do that. So we've written to Croydon Council, and they've now removed those charges from landlords. And likewise, a number of councils in selective licensing schemes are requiring landlords to carry out CRB, criminal record checks, on themselves to prove they're a fit and proper person. And that's despite the council, the legislation telling councils that actually the default position should be for landlords to self-certify that they're fit and proper. The legislation actually says that they should not normally require a criminal check, and yet the conditions and a number of licensing schemes insist that landlords go to the expense of a CRB check. And that also brings into question data protection issues, because effectively that is a third-party disclosure. The council is forcing someone to undergo a criminal records check in order to secure goods or services, in this case a licence. And again, that's been illegal since April 2014. So there are a number of areas where councils are going very close to the bone with their conditions or with their fees. We at the RLA are currently working our way through some of the larger schemes to challenge these. But of course, if you have any concerns about your local scheme, please do get in touch and let us know. We can check and see whether we believe that's a reasonable condition or a reasonable fee, and if we think that it's open to challenge, we'll certainly take it up with the local authority concerned.